All right, so the last and final trailer for Deadpool Wolverine has come out, and it confirms so much that I said that people were like, no, it's not going to happen. Stuff like that. So without further ado, we're going to get into the breakdown essentially. I have all the pictures. I'm going to pop them up. We're going to talk about each one. Let's get into the video. All right, so first off, let's go. So essentially they go on and they say, you know, the Wolverine or the Logan of Deadpool's universe was a hero, where we get to see Logan, which obviously confirms another thing, is it's confirming him for that universe. Like I said originally, he was the anchor. We got the confirmation in the 30 and 40 minute thing later on. And then once again, this trailer right here. So once again, Logan, there's one right there. Then you have Wolverine and Wolverine Origins. Then you have Wolverine Origins. Then you have Wolverine Origins with that Deadpool, and it's just pretty much confirming the stuff that they're in the same exact universe, and that timeline is continuous, pretty much. At least that's what I'm getting out of it. And then next up, if you guys remember, I told you guys a couple months back about how I heard Wolverine, like why he wore the yellow suit and whatnot, and how he wore it essentially to honor his X-Men friends that he essentially hated wearing the suit, and they all wanted him to wear the suit. Literally, if you look right here, first line, Scott used to beg me to wear this suit. It was the yellow suit. And then if you guys don't know what happened, essentially all the X-Men were begging him. He went to a bar, got drunk, and the humans came back and they slaughtered all the X-Men. He found them and he wears them to honor them. So essentially it's pretty much from what we got in X-Men 1. So what was going to happen? Where they invaded the house. So did Storm and Beast. Now from what I was told, Storm, Beast, Jean Grey, Cyclops, Professor X were the ones that were showing up. We also heard rumors about Nightcrawler and Rogue and a couple other characters, but from what I know, it was those main ones that I just said. Now, whether they change or not, don't know. But let's continue. Next up, we get a better look at Toad. Ray Park is back. And, you know, essentially here's it once again adding on, but I couldn't have them thinking I wanted to be there. Essentially Wolverine being the tough guy, doesn't want them to think that he wanted to be around them and whatnot. He'd go off to bars, comes back, they're all slaughtered, he's drunk. A little bit of that. Next up, we can see Cassandra Nova putting her finger into Wolverine. Apparently when this happens, apparently we see a bunch of different visions and memories and whatnot, and it's really cool. We see throughout different parts of the universes and whatever, and I'm super pumped to see it. I'm assuming that's when she learns about Wolverine right there. I don't know. I'm assuming. Next up, we get to see the Wasteland again and her bandits, and if you look at the top right, something is falling from the sky. Whether or not Wolverine and Deadpool are attached to that or whatnot, super cool. There's some TVA agents in those balls, and it's that Moonlander. Super cool looking, super cool details, and it really does look like it's becoming finished. I mean, I love how you can see two different parts dropping from the air, the far left and the far right. Next up, now this is a demented weird face. This is obviously what we've seen in Loki, where the universes are being stranded and whatnot, and they're breaking down. I'm assuming that she was helping the TVA, and eventually they found out she was evil, wanted to rule the multiverse, and they purged her into the void. That's at least what I'm assuming. Next up is the big one that I've been saying forever. One of the leaders of the Resistance, Daphne Keene's X23, Laura. And it is awesome to see that she's back. She's obviously older, and she has the memory of her father, and essentially telling this Wolverine, you essentially weren't who was needed until you were, or something like that. But it's still amazing. I'm super excited. I wish they would have left it for the movie, but it's still cool we got it for the trailer. I also hear that there's 3 more coming out trailers essentially when the movies come out. They're TV spots. 2 are going to have Daphne Keene's X23 in them, and then the other one is a surprise. But let's go into the next one. Next up, we finally get a close-up look at the golden deagles that Deadpool wants from Chadpool, Coolpool, or whatever that Deadpool's name is. Super awesome. Love the detail. It looks amazing, and this almost looks like a video game. It's so crazy looking how good this looks right here. Honestly, one of the best lookings of the entire movie. And just as this picture says, are you ready? We get our first full look at Lady Deadpool. Now, hear me out. Today, I was found out from somebody that essentially she's voiced by Blake Lively, but she's not being played by Blake Lively. So I'll take my 50-50 credit on that when I said it wasn't going to be played by Blake Lively. If also you can look in the back, you can see Cowboy Deadpool, you can see Kidpool, you can see a normal looking Deadpool, Headpool, you can see a bunch of different ones. I think the one directly behind her is actually one with the Tony Stark suit where they go back in time. I'm not quite sure, but pretty much looks like it. Super excited to see something like that. Next up, you can see right there, that's Asgard. 100% that is Asgard. And we have one more picture to go over, and then that'll be it on this video. Last but not least, better, closer look at the helicarrier when we see Wolverine and Deadpool about to fight after they escape the TVA. Come back here and you realize that this Wolverine just hates this Deadpool and wants to kill him. I am super excited. I hope you guys are too. There's so many cool looking things. Is there anything I missed that you guys saw? Let me know. As always, I'll catch you guys in the next one.